gosh, y'all, it has been so freaking long. I hope you're able to hear me like really good. I have recorded so many videos since the last one that I put up. And you guys, honestly, my mental state has just been steady downhill to the point where I can barely even grasp reality right now. But y'all, I have been gone for so long just trying to breathe in life, basically. Aside, completely unrelated, but look at my freaking nails, y'all. I ended up going with a different girl from the last one that I had shown and shared about in the last video. Not for any reason in particular. The only thing was that I had to try someone else, sadly, because the girl that I was going with, you guys don't get me wrong, I loved how she worked. I love how she was. She was such a sweetheart. Her work is so freaking good. But I don't know if it was her products. I don't know if it was her technique. Her nail sets were lifting on me after like a couple of days. Hair was already getting pulled through my nails, and I was like, I can't keep going back and spending all this money on the nail sets for them to last 2 weeks. That's not normal. I have always had my nails done before, and my sister has done nails before. So the longest her sets would last on me was up to 2 months. Normal, like, yeah, maybe 3 to 4 weeks, but 2 weeks, you guys. And then after the first couple of days of getting them done, they were already pulling my hair. So I was like, I can't go back. I ended up trying a new girl, and y'all, like, look at this shape. I have not gotten this shape basically like in forever. And I was like, I'm just gonna go for the classic red. And she even did like the little reflective heart right here. So freaking pretty. And I have been having these on for a week, no issues, no nothing. So I'm really excited, and I really hope these last like a really long time. But aside from that, what I really came to talk about on here was about what's currently happening, and if anybody's watching this video and you can give me any sort of freaking words. And don't get me wrong, I don't have like the biggest platform, but trust me, I read every single comment that I get. Like I mentioned, just my mental health state's just been constantly down, and I can barely breathe, y'all, without crying these days. And I just want to tell y'all something that happened, because I don't share a lot of things in this particular account or social, because all of my platforms, y'all, I mentioned this very vaguely in another video, that my main hobby basically is cars. I was in the car scene. All of my social medias and platforms were all dedicated to my car, y'all. And that's something where I grew to love so much, that I invested so much time and effort into it. I didn't want to bring all the stuff going on in my other socials into this channel, because I didn't want it to be related whatsoever. But I do want to share with y'all, which also involves kind of, my hobby of something that just happened, because I don't also want to mention or title this video something like negative, because I don't want it to be taken down. So I don't even know what I'm going to name this video, and if I'm going to keep it like that. But you guys, I have been in basically depresso mode, and it is so hard to come across like a person on YouTube, because a person on YouTube who is genuinely sharing their feelings and emotions, because everything is so freaking monetized. And for example, y'all, I had clicked on a video of a girl that was sharing her mood situation, or basically like how her mental health wasn't the best, all for it to be in the end a freaking ad video of some sort of psychiatrist app that she was telling people to get on. So you guys, like, that is such a trip to watch, and in the end have to be like, oh, like, why did I even watch this? Like, this is so fake. But y'all, I have been in such a depressed mode for like the longest, but right now, like I'm really going through it. And it's off and on, but right now it's just been on for the past days because let me tell y'all. First of all, like, what do y'all do? What do people do? Like, is there somewhere where y'all share tips and tricks or something of what to do? Because I have a very bad habit, you guys, of overworking myself to the point where my brain can't think in order for me to forget about everything that I have going on. For example, y'all, a while back, like a couple years ago, I was mentally going through it to the point where I ended up picking up 3 jobs, y'all. 3 jobs to be able to feel some sort of tiredness up here to get home and go straight to sleep. And let me tell you, I overloaded my plate so much that I could barely even sleep. And at first, like, I could barely even sleep because of everything I was thinking. But then I got all these jobs because I couldn't handle it. And at the end, I still couldn't sleep anyways because they were all taking up my time. So it got really crazy. And y'all, I have been crying like off and on, like for the past days, you guys, because I don't want to be one of those people crying on here. So give me a second. Okay, I'm back. I had my little crying session because I just couldn't hold it. But y'all, I know I don't have the biggest platform on here, like I said, but if there's anything that any of you could share with me, I promise you anything makes a difference because I'm not someone who has anybody that could tell me any sort of kind words, basically. So, y'all, my main hobby and one of the things that I made all my platforms about, all my other socials about, is my car, y'all. And you guys, this I feel like this will be sort of partly kind of like a story time, but I just want to tell y'all what happened. I don't want to make it into a story time right now. You guys, I went to work the other day, just a normal freaking day, you guys. I went to work. I got through my day. Everything was fine. And y'all, I got off of work and I was about to leave, y'all. And would you believe my car? Because obviously I still had to close out and then leave. Y'all, I left my car on the parking lot right next to the door where I work at. My car was off, my car was parked, and all I heard was a freaking bang. And it was so loud that I heard so many people scream. And y'all, like, instantly I panicked. And the first thing I did was run out that door to see what happened. And you guys, I have put so much work into this car, so much effort, so much money, so much time, so much love, so much struggles, so many things because I went through hell and back for that car. And I know this is going to sound very probably like, oh, you're being dramatic or, oh, you're very materialistic. But you guys, I can't even put into words the amount of effort and the things that I had to do that took out of me to be able to get this car. This car was so hard for me to get for so many reasons, for so many reasons. And I don't want to go into those reasons because they involve so many other pieces of my life that I don't want to remember. But You guys, it's not like I was in an accident. I wasn't driving the car. I wasn't being reckless. I wasn't nothing, y'all. And for imagine losing a car already as bad as it is in a freaking accident. But when I feel like when you're in an accident, you have something to blame it on. You can be like, oh my gosh, well, so many excuses that your brain can just kind of make up some sort of relief, if you ask me, because I've been in an accident before where I was in the vehicle and you guys, all I kept saying was to get the pain off of me was blame myself. Like, man, I should have done this or I should have done that. Or, man, it was my fault because I did this or I did that or things like that. And like, as sad or as weird as it is to say this, I found relief in the fact that I could blame myself and just be like, gosh, like it was my fault. Like, I deserved it. Like, it was my fault, you know? But in this situation where nobody was in the car, my car was off, parked far away from everybody, for someone to hit my car in a business parking lot so bad and so hard to the point where they completely destroyed my axles and my freaking control arms. You guys, like they destroyed vital parts in my car that are very expensive. And y'all, I don't even have words. I have been going through it for the past days where like nothing anyone can say to me is a relief. Nothing. Automatically, I think about it and all I do is cry. And I had to take off some time from work because you know, as silly as this sounds, all I kept doing was crying up there. And then of course like I had to handle all the other legal aspect of it because aside from it being hit, let me share with y'all, right, what happened. The person who hit my car wasn't even in her car. My car got hit by a vehicle that was empty and on drive. So you guys, there was so many witnesses because it came from a hill across the street that has a neighborhood, and in this neighborhood is condos, and these people park in the streets because the way that that neighborhood is just built is honestly garbage. There's no space for anything. These people are always fighting for parking spots, and this lady was trying to park. I'm gonna say lady, you know, no other details, but y'all, she left her child, which turned out to be like 15 years old, in the car. And this 15-year-old child moved the cars. Um, she pushed the knob and she stepped out the car. I don't know if it was accidental. I don't know if she did it on purpose. They kept saying that she did it because she didn't know what she was touching. How are you 15 and you don't have a clue of what you're touching? I don't understand that. And they both left the car. They stepped out of the car, they left it unattended, and that car just started rolling downhill. And once the police came on scene and everybody, you know, like y'all, like they closed the whole street to find out what happened, because this vehicle, from coming from that neighborhood into the parking lot of the business, y'all, it crossed the main street. And how did it not hit a vehicle on its way down? I will never understand. And in the process of that happening, she ended up hitting another parked car that was up there in the neighborhood. I don't have no details about that. I didn't even know that that had happened until the cop mentioned it. But regardless, that has nothing to do with me. The fact that that happened from so far and it came down so fast and it gained so much speed to basically almost destroy my entire car and roll it over is the most wildest thing that I could possibly ever fear and even think about. So it's just the way that these events just happened. I have no words. I have, who would expect for their vehicle to be hit while it's off, parked so far away from everyone else, and minding my business a whole block away, and in the most obnoxious way that you can think about. How does that happen? And all I kept thinking about is, and all people kept telling me as well is like, wow, like such luck I would have for something like that to happen to me. And y'all, like, I know it's material. I know a lot of people probably hear this video and be like, wow, that's all that over a car, or you're feeling like that over a car. But understand what it takes to get a car. It's no different than you fighting and going through hell and back to get a house and it then burning it down. It's so many things that I went through to make this car happen for me, to have it as my dream car, basically, to have everything the way that I wanted, the patience it took, the money, the effort, the time, the work, the struggles. Y'all, like it's so hard. It's so hard. And I have not been able to get any of these words or feelings or anything off of my chest because I simply just don't have anyone to talk to. And all I've been doing is just going in and out of a constant depressing mode for the past days since it happened, and just trying to figure out what my next move is, because this stops everything else that I had been working for. And y'all, I don't know. I feel so defeated. I feel, you know, I know I try to think about it as in when I think I'm doing bad, there's someone else who's having it worse, which I firm believe that whenever you are going through something bad, there's always someone going through it worse. But at the end of the day, it doesn't stop the pain, it doesn't stop it from hurting, it doesn't take back what happened. And it just all I keep doing is thinking about it. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I have been going through so many things that at this point, like, I don't even know if I should actually go and look for someone to talk to, if I should just go and look for help. Y'all, I don't know. I am so lost. What do y'all do? If you have bad days, if you had bad moments where things are constantly going against you back to back to back, like, what do you do? Like, I know a lot of people always have others to rely on, but I don't have that. I don't have that. Everything that I have has cost me so many tears and so much pain to get. Everything around me has a story. Everything around me has a struggle behind it. And that's why everything hurts the 10 times more than it normally would, because of everything I've had to do by myself on my own to get to where I'm at. But yeah, I don't want to keep talking about it. I feel like I'm just gonna start crying again, like I've been doing. And that's basically what's been happening. I didn't do this video for any particular reason other than I just want to know someone else's perspective. I just want to know what y'all do. I just want to know. I can't possibly imagine being the one having it the worst, obviously. But when you feel lost, like, what do you do? What do you guys do in the moment? If you have someone, or if you don't, what do y'all do to stop from going crazy? Because I feel like I'm about to lose it, y'all. I've just been having the roughest time in my life, and honestly, sometimes I just wander off into space, to be quite honest. That's where I'm going to leave it. Thank you so much if you watched this video, which is probably very long at this point, and I will hopefully see y'all in the next one.